we're showing up with an abundance mindset when it comes to dating, and there are an abundance of options for the one for you. And when you show up with that, you're not putting pressure on dating, you're not putting pressure on different connections, you're not putting pressure on, oh my gosh, is this person going to marry me, or is this person going to be the one that I decide to have children with? You're not putting all this pressure on, because you're trusting that there's such an abundance and you get to choose. And even if one doesn't work out, you get to choose again. My name is Nat, and I am your mindset coach, here to help you in shifting your internal world so that you show up that much more powerfully in your external world. We're diving into week 2 of the How I Let Love In series, specifically talking about the mindset principles that supported me in going from 7 years of being single to finding my soulmate. Charlie's here. He's popping in. He's joining us for the teaching. Let me also introduce another little special little person, little furry person. This is Crenshaw. Crenshaw is our current foster baby. He was actually rescued off the streets. We're pretty sure he has been a street dog for his whole life so far. And he will also be here with us. We foster dogs regularly through a local rescue called Deity Animal Rescue. And specifically, they're focusing on dogs that are the ones that are left behind with just hours left before they are euthanized at the shelter, or they have some medical things that they need some additional support on. So Crenshaw has this big old wound on the side of his face. That's why he's Mr. Cone Boy, but he rocks it. He's so cute with the cone. And it's actually healing really, really well. But hopefully in a few weeks we get to take that cone off. So we do have 2 little puppies in the background. If you hear barking, it's just them wanting to be a part of what's going on. So this is week 2 of the How I Let Love In series. And we're gonna specifically be talking about how Disney kind of messed with my head. Growing up, my perceptions of healthy relationships and the journey of what it takes to really choose an aligned partner. We'll be diving into that today. And last week we talked about dating rules. So how to really connect with your intuition and identify what dating rules am I going to take with me? Which ones am I going to drop? So if you haven't checked that out, I will be sure to link it somewhere up here. Look at my unicorn. Little unicorn band-aids. I love them. How did Disney mess with my head? There's a lot of talk about soulmates, twin flames, other half. I was bombarded by it growing up. And even into adulthood, I was like, oh, yeah, there's one person that I gotta find in this whole world, and I'm gonna find them. And it puts so much pressure on finding the one. The closer I was getting to 30, I was thinking to myself, yeesh, that's a lot of pressure. So I go on dates. And very soon at the beginning of the date, I'd be like, oh, he's not the one. This is not my person. And then I'd get really bummed because I'm like, where is the one? Where the heck is he? And so I'd get so bummed, and I'd put so much pressure on dates. I'd put so much pressure on people that I didn't know, that I didn't even meet yet. I met them through the apps, and I didn't yet meet them in person. And I already was putting so much pressure on them. And I blame part of it on Disney. Disney kind of painted this picture of how things should be with relationships, falling in love, love at first sight, meeting someone and just deciding I'm going to marry this person, I'm going to be with them forever. And I realized that as beautiful as that is, that was a little unrealistic. And I do want to just say a little side note, I am such a romantic. So I have still incorporated and found and infused into my relationship romantic elements from Disney, from these expectations of, oh, soulmate, twin flame. I've absolutely integrated those into my relationship, but those weren't the defining factors. Those weren't the things that were foundational to me finding my person. Don't you for one second believe that I don't think that there was a divine timing and a divine alignment with us meeting, because all of that did exist. But I released that pressure of finding the one, and I found the one that I wanted to choose. I noticed that the dating scene, or the dating vibe, we love the word vibe here, the dating vibe was not the most optimistic one. Whenever I was talking to people about dating, the common perception was, oh, dating in LA sucks. And the common misperception, or the common, well, now I think it's a misperception, obviously, but the common perception is that people are flaky, people are ghosting, people don't communicate where they're at, and people are just flaky. And that dating in LA is frustrating, and that there are no good partners, there are no good men, there are no good women in this city. And I noticed that a lot of the people that I was talking to were not having great relationships with men. A lot of the people I was talking to were not having great dating relationships and dating experiences in LA. And I started noticing that I also was not having the best relationships and dating encounters in LA, because I constantly found myself thinking there are no good people to date in LA. And because I was thinking that, of course that was my actual experience. And so after about a year of that, I was like, I'm sick of this shit. I'm done. Let's switch it up here. I was like, God, this is not working for me. Let's try something new. And so just for fun, I started asking and telling, God, show me, universe, show me that there are good men in LA. Show me that there are good people to meet in LA. And just for fun, I just started going around everywhere that I was going, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, Erewhon, Pavilions, my favorite grocery stores to go to. I would just, for fun, say, oh, there are so many great men in LA. There's so many great people in LA. I'm always meeting great people. I'm always meeting great men. There's so many great people to meet, to date. They're everywhere in LA. And just for fun, I would say that. And I started having random encounters with people that were really great, that were really wonderful. And just as a little experiment, I recognized that, wow, just because I'm thinking something different, just for fun, doesn't have to be this big old new rule or anything. Just for fun, my experiences started to change because of that. And cue a season of about a year and a half where every date that I went on was getting better and better. And I started telling myself, it's this person or it's something better. And my dates got better and better. The connections and the intimacy got better and better. The communication and the boundaries got better and better. And I started just seeing more and more proof of, wow, there are such great men in this city. I get to choose the one that I want to be with. And I embarked on this experience now of abundance. There was no more pressure on, is he the one? Is he the one? Is this person the one? All of a sudden, I got to choose the one that I wanted because there were so many great ones in the city. And so once I took the pressure off of the one, I eventually chose the one that I wanted to be with. And he's the best of them all. Sorry, just kidding. There are so many other great men out there. I chose a really great one. He's very wonderful. He's very funny. He's a hell of a cook. And there are so many others just like him. Not just in LA, although there is a little bit of magic in LA, but anywhere in the world. And it starts with you taking that big old pressure off of is he the one? And instead choosing to focus on, well, which one am I going to choose out of the abundance of good ones, out of the abundance of great ones? So that's going to be your homework for this week. So I want you to start having a little bit of fun in the dating process and just notice where are my thoughts living when it comes to dating? Where are my thoughts living when it comes to thinking and expecting certain things with finding my partner? And I want you to release the pressure off of finding the one and trusting that there are thousands upon thousands of options for the one. You just get to be open to having fun in the process of finding the one that you want to be with in this particular season. The one that you want to be with in multiple seasons, because I truly believe that it can change. It's allowed to change throughout particular seasons. I was in short-term, just different relationships with men, and once that would end, yeah, I was a little sad and I was a little upset, but my mind then shifted into, well, there are so many great options. I just get to go and lean into a connection that's even better, that's even more aligned, that's even more fun. and is the one for me in this particular season. So what we're doing there is we're showing up, I know this sounds cheesy, but we're showing up with an abundance mindset when it comes to dating. And there are an abundance of options for the one for you. And when you show up with that, you're not putting pressure on dating. You're not putting pressure on different connections. You're not putting pressure on, oh my gosh, is this person going to marry me? Or is this person going to be the one that I decide to have children with? You're not putting all this pressure on because you're trusting that there's such an abundance and you get to choose. And even if one doesn't work out, you get to choose again. And so the one is inevitable for you. And you get to choose from an abundance of options. So I'd love to hear how it goes. I would love to hear how you are experiencing, and I do go a little bit more in depth on this whole what you choose to focus on and the thoughts that you have are really shaping your experiences, not just in dating, but in all areas of your life in my Mindset Kickstart course. So if that's something that you would love to learn more about, or if that's something that you're feeling ready to dive into, that is available to you down in the notes. You can just click the link. It's one of my lower cost intro courses. So if that feels like something that you'd like to dive into, I'd strongly recommend that so that you can really start learning how to powerfully shape your thoughts and how that can also start really powerfully influencing your external experiences in all aspects of your life. Just a little sneak peek preview of the next 2 weeks. We're going to be talking about 2 more different elements about how I let love in and how I was able to go from single to finding my soulmate. And then on July 15th, I'm going to be doing a masterclass, and it's called Safe to Be Loved. I did so much inner work around not just allowing the type of relationship that I have right now, but I did so much work on continuously feeling safe within it. Before I got in it, during in it, throughout the past 2 years, deeply in it, I did a lot of work on feeling safe in that and allowing that. And allowing not just a loving romantic relationship, but I did so much work around also just allowing loving relationships in general. Doesn't have to be romantic. I'm going to be doing this masterclass teaching you how to start really letting that love in on an even deeper level. It's going to be live. I'm only going to be doing it about once or twice a year. Excuse me. I'm only going to be doing it about once or twice a year. I'm going to be doing it now in July, and then I'm going to be doing it again in February, and the prices will be going up. I can't recommend it enough. I'm very excited for it. There's going to be a meditation. There's going to be different frameworks for shifting and forgiving and healing. It's going to be wonderful. And so if that's also something that interests you, go ahead and tap the link down in the comments. And as always, if you have any questions, please drop them down in the comments. Please don't hesitate to reach out. I love hearing from you guys. I've already started to hear from some of you that have been watching my videos regularly, just shooting me an Instagram message, telling me where in the world that you're from, which is very far away from Los Angeles. So I love hearing from you guys. Please go ahead and feel free to share my videos with anyone who you feel would really resonate with it. I'm here to support you guys in whatever way you need, whenever you're ready. So please go ahead and subscribe if you haven't yet. And please reach out and let me know how your homework goes. But that's all I have for today. Have an amazing rest of your week. I'm proud of you for being open to this work. And I will see you guys next Sunday, 6 p.m. PSD, just like every week.